I am the world's biggest procrastinator. I literally leave for Disneyland tomorrow. I've been in Arizona for like the last 5 days and I have not filmed one video. So I kind of fucked myself over a little bit. I'm trying to like move this chair closer because I feel so far away from you guys, but it's just not really working. I'm also worried because my sister's home and she's sitting like in the living room, and I really don't care if she looks over and sees me talking to myself. That's totally fine. But there's a lady here cleaning and I'm scared that she's gonna have to come out here and clean because I'm in like an office area which is separated from the actual house, and I'm scared she's gonna have to come out here and I'm gonna be like, hello. So let's try to do this quickly, huh? Hey y'all, I feel like I kind of have a lot to say right now, so we're probably gonna ramble for like a couple minutes. Sorry to those of you who don't like that, but whatever. I re-dyed my hair, if you guys can't tell. A lot of you guys were actually saying that you liked what I did before with like my natural roots going into the purple, but I didn't like it. In that video, it didn't look that bad, but in person, it was just so orange on top because my hair was orange. And so I just didn't like how it was like orange to purple. I didn't think it looked very good. So I re-dyed it, and now my whole head is purple and very dark. I didn't think it would be this dark because I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, but I like it. I just kind of wanted to fade a little bit more, but I'm kind of into it. I don't know. I always said that I didn't think I would look very good with dark hair because I've had dark hair in the past, but I'm kind of into it this time. I don't know what I did, but I'm feeling myself. I also thought it would fade. Like, I've washed my hair a couple times and it really hasn't faded that much. There's also a squirrel outside and I'm like 2 years old, so I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh my god. But it hasn't faded that much. So honestly, if you're looking to dye your hair, even if it's temporarily, this is really good color. It's only $10. It's like the Colorista. It's like a tube. I don't know. I got it at Target. It was so cheap and I'm like, what the fuck? Also, Merry Christmas. I know it's way past Christmas at this point, but right now it's the 28th. So Christmas was only a couple days ago for me. But I hope you guys had a really amazing Christmas. I wasn't really active on social media, so I haven't talked to you guys very much. I also haven't been able to stream at all because I just feel like my life has been like, I don't know. I've just been so busy the last couple days trying to see everybody and spending time with people, and then I leave tomorrow for Disneyland, so I can't stream once I'm out of Arizona. But once you're seeing this, okay. But once you're seeing this, I mean, I go back to Texas on the 4th. So things will get back to normal then. I'll have 3 videos a week and I'll be streaming almost every day. So you won't have to miss me anymore. No, I doubt you did. But okay, I'm back and I have more of your guys' paranormal stories that I'm really excited to read. I picked out a couple of them. I just don't know how much time I have, if I'm honest. It's gonna have to be a speed round of scary stories. And watch it be one of those days where I just stutter over every fucking word. I'm trying to get comfy because I know I'm gonna be reading for a little bit. All right, this one's from Char, and she says 7 short paranormal stories and 1 that's just cool. I'm not really sure what that means, but I guess we'll just see. She said, hey girl, hey. Yeah, no, never doing that again. I've been binge watching your Reading Paranormal Stories series, and I decided I wanted to send you some of mine, no matter how unlikely it is that you'll read these. While we're here, the first one is short and not terrible. I heard someone walking around downstairs in work boots or combat boots. The steps sounded really heavy. I heard rustling of papers, like the person was looking through papers or something. Soon the steps went away, and like 20 minutes later I went downstairs and nothing seemed like it was touched. The only one that should be in my house with work boots was my father, who hadn't been home since at least the night before. The options are 1, break-in, debunked by the fact that none of the windows were broken or unlocked, and same with all the doors. 2, a ghost, and 3, auditory hallucinations. Not sure which is worse. Haven't heard the boots again. The second story I have is from my cousin when we were younger, like not even double digits. We were at his house and we went upstairs to go to the bathroom. When he came down, I met him at the bottom of the stairs because we were going to play outside like kids do. But he had this look of fear on his face. He then told me he had seen a floating yellow dress or towel at the end of the hallway and then it dropped. To a 7-year-old like him, this would have been terrifying. The third is in the past few months. I've been getting red scratches in my sleep. You could probably explain it as I'm scratching myself in my sleep, but that doesn't make sense to me. For one, it's only 3 scratches, all parallel. If I'd been scratching, I think there would be 4. Secondly, a few times I found the scratches on my back, which wouldn't necessarily happen if you did it in your sleep. Yeah, I've like scratched myself, I think, in my sleep before, because I've woken up with scratches as well. I just feel like I wouldn't do this in my sleep. Next, for 2 nights, I heard a woman's voice. She said, I love you first. Then she said in a stern voice, don't. The next night I heard her, she said my name. Not Char, which is how I'm referred to most often these days, but my full name. I felt a touch on my shoulder, and I never heard her when my eyes were open. It was always the same voice when she spoke to me, or at least I'm assuming it was to me. I'm honestly a little afraid of what I might see if she spoke to me when my eyes were open. In my next story, I was probably 11 or so, and my friend convinced her little sister and I to play the Ouija board with her. I agreed because I was young and dumb, never watching a single Ouija board gone wrong video. And I don't know, I didn't want to disappoint my friend, but whatever. What matters is that we made a Ouija board with a piece of copy paper and a plastic top for the planchette. We started playing and we connected with a spirit. We all freaked out but kept playing. The spirit claimed to be the grandmother of a girl the younger sister was friends with, whose mother happened to be the landlord. We kept talking and everything felt felt fine. Then things started to move. Oh fuck. We were playing in the dining room and to the right was the living room. In the living room there was a bright blue folding chair. I looked once and it was in the right corner of the room. I looked again and it was in the middle of the far wall. That shit moved. Then something started banging on the door. Her grandmother's dog, who never barked unless somebody got to the house, was going nuts, barking up the stairs. We hurried and said goodbye after like 10 minutes of sitting through all of this. My friend wanted to burn the board, but I said no. 1, the table was wooden. Okay, yeah, I think that'd be really bad. And 2, it just gave me a really bad feeling. Yeah, you're not supposed to burn that shit. You gotta bury it. Years later, I discovered that burning the board releases the spirit, so I guess we have to appreciate that good old gut feeling. We also took pictures of the windows behind the chair, and there was a woman's face. Fuck, send me the picture! That squirrel is like staring at me right now. There's actually, oh my god, wait, those are prairie dogs. Oh my god, there's 2 little prairie dogs just like watching me film. Wanna come inside? I don't know what's wrong with me, honestly. Do you care about the prairie dogs? Because I care about the prairie dogs. Also, sorry if you see my it's more comfortable for me to sit like this when I have to sit in a chair. But I feel like if I sat on the floor, it'd be kind of weird. I don't know, I'm in like an office. I just feel like it's official for me to sit at the desk. It's focused. This story's a little worse. It's about the little sister, we'll call her L, of my friend M, and we were at their house. She was acting normally, then it was like someone changed the station on a radio. Her entire manner changed. She wasn't the same girl. Her speech pattern changed and she wouldn't respond to her name. When Em and I noticed something was off, we asked if she was okay. I swear to God, she said, "Elle isn't here right now." And I was just like, okay, what's your name then? She said a name. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't her name. We started asking questions about the new personality, and then she switched again and again and again, and I'm not sure how many personalities she ran through, but somewhere along the way, a personality said she was a ghost. Ghosts were speaking through Elle, and when Elle came back, she didn't remember anything. That's actually terrifying. I think if somebody did that, even if it was a joke, I would just start bawling hysterically because that kind of stuff freaks me out for no reason. I'm just like, it's not funny. Like, I'm pretty sure I've had friends do that before. Like, if we're just fucking around and we're telling ghost stories, they'll be like, "Emily's not here." And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave then too. As far as I can remember, this is the last and worst story. There are 2 highly specific events and I can't remember the order in which they happened, so just know these are connected. I was at Elle and M's other house. We were all pretty infatuated with the paranormal, so we decided to try something M had seen online. Ghostwriting. In case you don't know what that is, I don't. Ghostwriting is where you hold a pen loosely over a piece of paper and let a spirit write with your hand. Oh wait, that's actually kind of cool. I did it once before with our other friend and we talked to her brother. Anyways, back to the time with M. We get a hold of a spirit and she was a young girl named Lucy. She told us there were 3 other spirits there. One was a guy and he was a mean spirit. She told us to leave because he was angry. We stopped for a second and moved to a different part of the hallway. We asked if it's safe and Lucy says yes. Being the young and dumb kids we are, we asked to speak with the mean spirit. Okay, me and Kayla did the same shit, so you're totally fine. My mind keeps telling me his name is Adam. My mind keeps telling me his name is Adam, but I feel like that's wrong. Whatever, his name is Adam now. The entire time we saw shadows on the wall across from us, stretching above our own sitting shadows. What the fuck? Soon after, Em got pushed face forward into her bed. She had 3 parallel scratches covering most of her back. I'm also pretty sure she was almost pushed down the stairs. Holy, okay, that went from like 0 to 100. After doing the ghostwriting again, we were told that it was Adam. We ran from the house. Okay, and then she says, "Okay, congratulations, you got through this entire mess, so here's your reward." It's still paranormal, in my opinion, but not that scary. It's pretty cool though. I can feel other people's pain. Like if I see someone get hurt, I feel at least a tingle in the same area. It happens in person or when I'm watching YouTube or TV. Oh, I wouldn't even know. Okay, I want to call it like a power. I don't know why I want to call it like a special power. I don't know what the fuck I would do. I would get scared to just look at anything because I would not want to feel that pain. I don't know how I would handle that ability. Like, what do you call that? What? Ability. Power. But the coolest part is that it works from miles away. I'm in the northeast of the US, and the first person I did this with was in the southwest. She stubbed her toe and stepped on a sharp rock or something, but I felt it right after I read her post about it. What the fuck? I messaged her and asked if it was a specific toe and area of her foot, and she freaked out because I was right. I started testing it with my other friends who live all over the US. They would pinch themselves and I could feel it and tell where they pinched, and like 9 out of 10 times I was right. Okay, actually, what the fuck? I'm actually shocked right now. Like I've literally like never heard of this before. It got to the point where I would physically feel the pain of people I had tried it with. My leg and abs started hurting and I messaged my friend and told him to stop working out. I didn't want the pain if I wasn't getting the effects. He didn't question it, he just said sorry. My friend said he thought it was psychic. I said it's annoying. It's hard to tell others' feelings apart from my own. Either way, it's pretty cool and I thought I would share. That is actually really cool. I've never heard of anything like that. Ever. Okay, and then this next story is from Zoe and it says paranormal Ouija board experiences so far. If you got any updates, send them to me. She said, "Hey, my name is Z. I don't know if you read these emails often anymore, but I finally got the guts to send this. I feel like both of you had no confidence in yourselves, but here we are. I've been thinking about it for a while, and this is going to be a long story, so sit back with whatever type of Coke you're drinking today. It's just always diet and enjoy. Also, I'm not using any of my friends' real names in this. I'm also really sorry if this is a sucky story. I suck at writing and details, so this is the best you'll get from me. Honestly, that's fine because I'm just bad at everything, so I don't judge you guys ever. Unless you don't use punctuation. I can't do that shit. I start reading those stories sometimes where you guys don't even, like, no comma, no period. It's just like a big run-on paragraph. I get so frustrated because I have no idea how to read it. Like, I have no idea what's going on. They make no sense. Use punctuation, children. Sorry if I keep turning too. I'm trying to hold myself still because this chair just swivels and it's not really working. Sue me. Trying to have a little fun here. I just said I don't want to swivel, but I actually do kind of want to swivel. Sorry, she said. So, this paranormal stuff started in about 6th grade. For some background, her brother and my brother were friends and played with the Ouija board in her house multiple times. And with already having heavy energy in the house, that did not help. Okay, so now the start when I became friends with A, who's still my best friend to this day, and she lives in this big old house a couple blocks from me. So me and A and our friend B were all at A's house playing games on our Xbox, being the nerdy 6th grade girls we were. That's when we heard a knocking on the wall. Mind you, this wall was facing the outside and we're on the 2nd story. It was weird, but we continued playing until it happened a couple more times. We left the room and came back later when it was time for bed. We heard the knocking again when settling down. This time coming from the guest bedroom where her dad was staying because he was watching us and her parents are no longer together. We assumed it was him telling us to quiet down because it was late and we're being loud. That was all that happened that night. She said things like that happened all the time, so we thought nothing of it. The next morning we asked her dad about us being loud and he said no, but the knocking was annoying and we told him we thought it was him knocking. All shaken up, we went home. Skip a couple months when me and A were on FaceTime and she was in her basement because she was getting Christmas decorations when she came across a hole in her wall and it had boards along the narrow wall almost like stairs. It was an old house, so she didn't question it. Most things had stopped by then, and we didn't think about the knocking or the narrow space in the wall till the middle of 7th grade when we made the decision to play with B's Ouija board. The board worked and moved slowly at first, but then things started going faster and the movement got heavier as we played and asked more questions. It was a woman who said she died in A's house when she was 20. She had a weird name like Juniper or some stupid shit like that. Junipers across the world are crying. Also, they literally put some stupid shit, like S-U-M stupid shit. I was skeptical until later that night. When we stopped playing, we never closed out properly and left the planchette on the board. That was our first and second mistake, and that's when things started happening again. A moved into the guest room, which was next to her mom's room, and we heard knocking. When she went to check it with me, we found all the cabinets open and makeup on the floor. Fuck that. We went downstairs to ask her mom about it, and she was asleep on the couch, and the basement door, which had a chain lock and regular lock on the door, which happened to always be locked, were unlocked, and the door was cracked with all of the lights on. Fuck your basement. I don't like where the story's going, I'm gonna be honest. That's where I was done. I was raised very Catholic and very religious and taught only demons and evil spirits mess with you like this. That honestly, I agree with you. I just feel like a good spirit wouldn't try to scare you like that. Or they wouldn't do things to intentionally scare you because I feel like they have to know, like that's gonna freak you the fuck out. Things continued to get worse leading up to 8th grade. I stopped playing with Ouija boards and my friends continued, and I thought it was making things worse in our house. Every time I came over, things would happen, and I started noticing things like the knocking would always come in threes, mimicking the Holy Trinity, or they would only open 3 cabinets. Then in 8th grade, me and A's friend B took her life. That's when things got bad, and I started seeing things. I thought I was crazy till other friends of ours said they saw things too. Like B's face when they woke up in the night. That's when I snapped. I decided to play with the Ouija board again, attempting to talk to B, because I still don't know why she did it. But I don't think the person I talked to when playing with my friends was B, and I think it was something evil, only because they would not let us say goodbye, and when spelling things they would do figure 8s. I understand now that Ouija boards are evil and things you should not mess with. I believe there's something attached to me now because the things that happen at A's house are now happening in my house, along with things getting worse in A's. She gifted the board because she could no longer handle everything happening. It's to the point where her dogs can't even be in the house and walking in feels heavy and depressing. Oh my god, if my poor dogs wouldn't even want to enter my own house, I would move. Instantly move. That's all I have for now. Thank you for reading this if you did. I love your videos and you're the one who taught me Ouija boards are nothing to mess with. It's truly not a game. Oh my gosh, okay, wait. Yeah, you guys, please don't fuck with that stuff. I know that what Kayla and I had going at the beginning was really cool and it was really exciting and it was something different than just all of like the, I don't know, the evil theories on Ouija boards. And I still don't necessarily think that they're pure evil. Like, I don't think everyone that you contact is going to be mean or evil. But I just feel like it's not really worth risking it. I don't know. But just please be safe. Please be careful, you guys. Okay, and this last story I'm gonna read is from Spill That Tea, Sis I love your name. And it says, the bitch got possessed and was never seen again. When my uncle was about 13, him and his friends were in the house I currently live in. They had just bought a Ouija board and wanted to try it out. What is with all these? I didn't even realize all of these were about Ouija boards, honestly. They went outside the house on the sidewalk because his mom didn't want any demons in her house. When they used the board, it started to work. When they asked what their name was, it started repeating, doing a figure 8. I learned from you that this means it's an evil spirit, which I didn't know before. Anyways, now I cannot make this shit up, but my uncle's friends started speaking in Latin, and when I say speak, I mean shouting in Latin. Can you imagine your friend, like the board is just going crazy, and then your friend just starts screaming in another language, and you're like, bitch, what the fuck? Obviously, this freaks out my uncle and the rest of his friends, so they run down the street to the church. They make the pastor come back with them to their seemingly possessed friend, but when they go back to the house, the kid is gone. They never see him again. Nobody in the town knows what happened to him. That was like the most brief, and I need to know more. That was pretty much it. The only other thing she said is my grandpa died a few years ago and my uncle had stuff to give us, but he refused to step foot on the property. We ended up having to meet him at a McDonald's. Hope you like my story, bitch. What the fuck happened? I was gonna throw my phone, but then realized that I'm sitting at a desk. So that was probably the best catch of my entire life. Like if I would have thrown it, my phone would be shattered right now. You don't get any phone throws in this vid. Wait, there literally has to be more to that. This kid did not just disappear and that's the end. That can't be the end. What happened? What happened? Nothing? Nothing happened? Nobody cared? The dude was just gone? What the fuck? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other stories you want to send, please send them to me. I'll have my email written down below. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'm stressed and all I want to do is watch streamers. I also haven't been able to play League in like 3 or 4 days and I'm dying on the inside. I got a new computer though, which is very exciting. It's here, but I can't use it. I'm gonna rant for a second. So last night we were trying to set it up. Oh, I was trying to set it up because my dad wanted to just make sure that it works before we ship it to Texas. So we literally went and bought a monitor, just to test my computer. So we have to spend like $100 on this monitor. We can return it though. And so I'm trying to set it up, but then the cable that comes with the monitor doesn't work with the computer. So I have to like go out and buy a new cord just to attach the two. And then I sit there for like an hour trying to figure out why I can't connect to Wi-Fi. And then I call my brother because he has the same computer. And he was like, oh yeah, with this computer, you have to connect with Ethernet. Like if you connect to Wi-Fi, you're just stupid basically. So I was like, okay, cool. I've never heard of that before. And I have Ethernet in Texas. That's what I use. But I don't have it here because I was just trying to test the fucking computer. So then after like 2 hours and going out and buying all this shit, I can't even use it. I wanted to play League all last night. I wanted to stay up super late playing League, but I couldn't even do that. And I have to edit on this piece of shit laptop that's right next to me. By the way, whenever I complain about my laptop, this is that piece of shit. It's awful, god awful. It's so old and so slow. And I'm too cheap to buy a new laptop. I want to buy one, but I don't like spending monies. So, but I need to. I totally need to buy a laptop. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I just complained about having no time and then whatever, see ya.